Welcome to another prompt of the NaPoGenMo and NaPoWriMo National Poetry Writing Month. And since we're adding coded elements to every prompt set by Aya Scala, we are also doing National Poetry Generative Month. So today the prompt is borrowing, and for this I decided to step into inky, made by the Inkle Studio. And in this one, it's sort of branch narrative, so interactive fiction. And I wanted the interactive fiction component for Reflections of Borrowing, which is the name of this poem, because I feel like when we borrow things from our past and when we reflect on things from our past, it's not straightforward, it's choppy. So I'm gonna show you some of the behind the codes of how it works, and then we're actually gonna use it. And there is a link below and in the description of how to use it. So let's go. And if you want to know more about the code, please write it in the comments. I'm just going to do a quick blast because I just really like interactive fiction and branch and narrative. So, how this works is that as you see here, this is the first diversion that's going to occur, and it asks, borrowing can make you think. What direction were you following when you let your eyes blink and allow your pride to be swallowed in? How do you feel? And then the user has to choose one of these four options. Didn't know I borrowed something, but didn't know it will be like this. And I have been thinking ever since. The root of the feeling of this presence, and makes the smallest of movement feel extremely tense, precisely dense, as if the words can be minced, as the sentiments that have been implanted can be forged or missed. Borrowing can make you think. What direction were you following when you let your eyes blink and allow your pride to be swallowed in? How do you feel? I borrowed something but didn't know it would be like this. But I've been thinking ever since, do I forget and roam, let go and induce new scopes? As if I was cleansing life with a new soap, a soap that measures the regret and makes me forget. Erasure or partial steps, steps that were buried, not because of worry, perhaps that they reminded me of the moment that needed sorry, but life makes blurs, straight lines into curves, curves that make something so easy, turn one into a freeze, a burr, hidden thoughts emerging from the depths that are hidden within the depths. But let's revisit, allow for the pivot. That maybe back then, that was our limit. And slowly control our breaths. As we take a look within ourselves, the root of the feelings of this present, it makes the smallest of movement feel extremely tense, precisely dense, as if it can't be minced, as the sentiments that have been implanted can't be forged or missed, erasure or partial steps that were buried, not cause of worry, perhaps that they reminded me of the moments that needed sorry, but life blurs straight lines into curves, curves that make something so easy, turn one into a freeze, a burr, hidden thoughts emerging from the depths that are hidden within the depths, but let's revisit, allow for the pivot, that maybe back then that was our limit, and slowly control our breaths as we take a look within ourselves. And let me go back to the top. So as you see, you can click on different things. And then some of them you will get the full poem that you just saw me recite, while other ones you would have to keep on clicking on things. And the reason why I did it like that, where if you look to the left, I have something called full. So the full is supposed to represent our full process of thinking, where we're fully thinking about the scenario. But as you know, as humans, sometimes we don't think fully, sometimes we just think partially. So I have it blended in a way where there is a component of thinking quick or thinking long within your reflection. And how does this look? And then if you go on the link below, you would have a link such as this, where you can go in. And then also what's cool, on the top, you do have a restart and save. And as you can see, I titled this Reflection of Borrowing but Borrowed Day. And it was supposed to be a pun on that. Sometimes when you, like, the theme was when you're borrowing, but you wish to return or you haven't returned. So I just found it interesting that, like, to have a borrow, there shouldn't be a day, because you can borrow something and be on day 45 on holding it or whatnot. And then you could click around, and like I said, you can always restart and see different paths. So this was done rather a bit quickly, but in the other ones, I'm going to try to have more branch narratives when I get back to inkle on this challenge. Hope you enjoy. And if you want to go more, check out the blog post that accompanies this, and check the following videos that will occur and the ones that were already done in the playlist NaPoWriMo times NaPoGenMo on my YouTube page. Thank you.